I just had a little spit up. Yeah, it's getting hot now.
Welcome to Foos Files, it's Dan back with you for episode 3, where we're going to do a bit of a countdown. Now, the Foo Fighters, of course, have cropped up on countless occasions in TV, movies and popular culture, from songs being used in TV series to subtle and not so subtle references, countless guest appearances in films, TV shows, sketches. You know the type of thing we're talking about. So, a few months ago, as a bit of fun, we decided to do a little ode to this by compiling a definitive list as chosen by you, the Foo Fighters fans. And with the help of social media, particularly a couple of the Foo Fighters Facebook groups, we compiled that list, then put it to vote. And now, the results are in. So, let's count down the top 10 Foo Fighters references or appearances in TV, movies and popular culture as voted for by you, the Foo community. Here goes.
Dude, you gotta get over that, dude. We got the song! Dave Grohl!
So we kick off at number 10 with one of many Dave Grohl acting credits, because let's face it, he's pretty good at it. And it comes from the movie Bill and Ted Face the Music. As part of the duo's mission to find the one song they recorded that's going to save mankind, they jump forward, ironically, to 2025 and end up in Dave's house. Cue the briefest of cameos from the man himself.
Who are you guys? What are you doing at my house?
Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You guys totally lied to us. Why haven't you taken the song back to San Dimas?
Maybe because it's not our song. Poppycock.
It's Dave Grohl's.
And he's outside right now calling the cops.
Next on the list, number 9, a bit of a confession and disclaimer from me here because I'm not overly familiar with the show How I Met Your Mother, so if I make a hash of this reference, apologies to any fans of the show. If I've got the context completely wrong, I do apologise. You can drop us a message to correct me, but I'm going to have a go anyway. And this one, it centres around the main character in How I Met Your Mother, Ted, and he's struggling to get to grips with what being the boss entails at his work, and there are like parallel scenarios of him telling a colleague to take a day off to go and see the Foo Fighters, and then the reverse when he's the boss and he's not so happy about it.
Before, I used to be this guy.
Dude, of course you should take the day off for the Foo Fighters concert. Just say you're sick.
But now, I was this guy.
Sick, huh? Unbutton your shirt. Foo Fighters. Get back to work.
Again, apologies to any fans of the show How I Met Your Mother. If I've got the context there completely wrong, if I've made a hash of it, I do apologise. Do drop me a message to put me straight. There you go. On to number 8. It comes from one of the band's many appearances on the David Letterman show. Back in 2014, they did a week-long residency on the famous chat show in the run-up to the release of Sonic Highways. And famously, there's this fake law firm commercial. They're doing their best Saul Goodman impressions here. And this one's just really funny.
Are you running out of options in your fight against Foo? At Grohl, Hawkins, Mendel, Shiflett, Smear & Associates, we've been fighting Foo for over 25 years.
We'll fight Foo day and night to make sure you receive the compensation that you deserve.
Don't try and fight Foo by yourself. Call our toll-free number today.
Just listen to this satisfied customer.
I tried to fight Foo without success for years. Then I called Grohl, Hawkins, Mendel, Shiflett, Smear & Associates. I was awarded a cash settlement of $5 million.
So don't wait. Call today.
Number 7 in the countdown, and I want to thank all those who suggested this one because, again, not a show I was previously aware of. It's called Drunk History. It's a Comedy Central show from the 2010s that had quite an all-star cast, actually. and it's basically a satire of American history, and we get to see Dave making an appearance during season 4 as an opponent of the founding father, Alexander Hamilton.
The Constitutional Convention. This is the room where they're deciding what the shape of our government should be. They're hashing it out. And Hamilton speaks for 6 hours. But some of the things he pitched would haunt him the rest of his career. He pitched maybe president for life. Oh, he's secretly a monarchist. Maybe we inherit positions. Bullshit, that's terrible. This guy just wants to bring back the British.
Now, on to number 6, Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. Now, we all know about Dave's long history with Jack Black, and for the 2006 film, he reprised his role as Satan. And he also has a writing credit for the song Beel's Boss that's used in the final showdown in the movie.
We can still use the pick. You use one half, I'll use the other. There's still some juice in there, probably. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where's that thing? Ah!
On to number 5, it's a conversation between everyone's favourite football or soccer coach, Ted Lasso, and his son, Henry, who reveals to his dad that he wants to start a band with his school friends.
Things at school good, though? You and Doug back on track? All right?
Yeah. We're starting a band.
Starting a band? Really? All right. What instrument you gonna play?
Drums.
Drums. Okay. Well, your mom's gonna love that. You know what? Now might be a good time to let you know that Dave Grohl learned to play drums on pillows. We don't have to tell your mom that, though, right away. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I absolutely loved Ted Lasso, and this clip was from one of the best episodes called We'll Never Have Paris, which was in season 3, where Ted's been coming to terms with the fact that his ex-wife has moved on with somebody else, and so it's a troubled time for Ted and his son Henry. The episode actually closes with this really wholesome scene of a busker playing Hey Jude by the Beatles, and everyone's singing along to it, which is just fantastic. And also Jason Sudeikis, who plays Ted Lasso, is said to be a big Foo Fighters fan and was, of course, in the video for Love Dies Young. So Jason, if for any reason you happen to be listening, you know where we are. We'd love to have you on the podcast. Now, time for a bit of Rickrolling. For number 4, we'll head back to 2017 when the band joined James Corden for some carpool karaoke. As well as singing their way through All My Life, Best of You, Learn to Fly, and The Sky's the Neighbourhood, the band and the TV presenter stopped by at the Guitar Centre where Corden took part in a drum-along with Dave and Taylor before a Rickrolling performance of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. The Rick Astley tune and a track by the Ramones were also believed to have been sung in the car but didn't feature in the final broadcast.
That's good. Now, Nate, you and Dave, you are the original Foos. What was your first impression of Dave when you met him?
Nirvana had just collapsed, and so it was like Nirvana was the biggest band in the world and hugely influential, coming from Seattle too, like the hometown heroes and everything. So It took me a minute to get over like that.
Sure.
And see Dave as just a person rather than...
I'm still not over it.
Yeah, the guy from Nirvana.
Yeah. He's the guy from Nirvana? I'm sitting right here.
And now we're on to the top 3. And in at number 3, it's Hot Wings and Hot Questions, as Dave appears on an episode of the popular YouTube series Hot Ones. Dave ate, drank and talked his way through the show in 2022 ahead of the release of the Foo Fighters' Studio 666 movie. And during the interview, host Sean Evans revealed that Dave was, in fact, one of the most requested Hot Ones guests of all time.
You know, I spend a lot of time on YouTube.
You do?
Because I have the attention span of a gnat. And I do enjoy watching people fucking themselves up with hot sauce.
You've seen the Hot One show before, maybe?
A couple times. I mean, I could fucking rail off all of my favorite episodes. I got some faves, I gotta be honest. I love watching it.
On to number 2, the most famous wedding in TV sitcom history, as Chandler and Monica tie the knot in Friends, and the episode plays out to Everlong. Only, of course, after Joey makes a complete hash of the order of service.
We good? Yeah, good. Once again, I pronounce you husband and wife. Now kiss her again.
I know about the baby.
What baby?
Our baby.
We have a baby?
Phoebe found your pregnancy test in the trash.
I didn't take a pregnancy test.
Then who did?
Look at them. Oh, and they're gonna have a baby. Uh-huh.
So without further ado, we're on to the number one entry, the top Foo Fighters feature or reference in TV, film and popular culture as voted for by you, the Foo fan community, is...
I've been waiting years for this animal.
Now we see who best.
Oh, what's that? A bell? Time for school.
Of course, it's the drum battle of the century between Dave and Animal in The Muppet Show.
You win.
So that's our top 10 countdown complete. Thanks to everyone on social media, especially in the various Facebook groups who helped put this together. And don't forget, this is a show for you, the Foo Fighters fans. So if there's anything glaring you feel that we've missed, do drop us an email on foosfilespod@gmail.com or a DM on Instagram @foosfilespod. In the meantime, thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss out on any episodes. Take care and we'll see you next time.